of a manager that sucks, or because they suck, or because of something else. It's just nearly impossible. We need some clay pits. More clay pits, sir. So you can't just fire somebody easily, and working with contractors and stuff like that usually produces pretty poor results. I have found for a lot of game stuff. You need people who are going to stick around for a long time. But I also think it's very important to have college and younger and less senior people on the team. In fact, I would say I would rather work in a studio that has more younger and less experienced people on it than one that it only staffs seniors. Because what I found is if you got too many senior engineers who think they're the smartest person in the room and you have them all in the same room, not a whole hell of a lot gets done. Just a lot of meetings with a lot of opinions, and nobody's wrong. Because they're all right in their own little way. Alright, so we're getting all this on there. And yeah, I've always, the places that I've worked have always had at-will employment and stuff like that, where, you know, theoretically you could just get rid of people whenever you wanted, but that was never what happened. It's always very difficult. Isn't that where seniority and leadership comes in? Well, you know, I don't know, one of the things I've found in the real world is good managers are just, you don't always have them. And somebody's definition of seniority is different from somebody else's. And people are people, you know? People are flawed. So, they make mistakes even when they have the best intentions. Is your game going to only have 2 people? Currently we have 2 people for Dashkin. We have been reaching out to some of our friends and some other things, you know, for maybe some help. There's definitely some need. The owner of the company is the one who defines seniority. Yeah, until... I mean, I've worked with people who own companies who would sit you down to dinner, and all they talk about is they talk about how much they get laid now that they have money, and how nobody talked to them in high school, and like, this is the person that you're supposed to, you know, be making the game for, and they're just like, Jesus Christ, I hate this guy. You know, or talking about how much money they saved by paying their people less. Like, there's frickin' scumbags out there. Why don't these people... Alright, these people are leaving because of jobs. I need to stop ignoring this problem. Let's get some of these things actually solved instead of just covering it up. We may get another person. If we were going to get another person, it would be somebody we knew or somebody we could, you know, go talk to and figure some stuff out. The biggest thing I think we need right now is we need more work done in terms of visuals for the game, and that's more like tech art, stuff like that. So we need like an artist who is technically inclined, and right now we need time to either learn that ourselves or to... And we're not importing that stuff very quickly, are we? I see figs here. I need to go to all of these bazaars and just be like, don't buy figs, don't buy lettuce. So we'll see. our reasoning for getting more people would be, we're not going to be paying somebody a salary either. Like, we don't have the capital to actually be spending money on people's salaries. So if we're going to bring them on and be more as a partner or something like that, and that's if people just don't eat enough. Well, we'll get around to it. We just haven't even really imported this stuff properly yet. So yeah, we'll look at getting another person there, Synachron, but we're not looking too incredibly hard. Like a lot of game development stuff, if you've got a team that's working, like Adam and I are working together pretty nicely, the worst thing you can do is screw that up. And if you can take the time, then if you can take the time to actually do stuff and build it yourself, it's always better, because less people messing around with the game, less complicated. You can actually get more done with less people. So you don't need them. You don't need them. So, and one of the things is a lot of people want to contribute to games or things like that. Like we always had lots of that. People wanting to work on things part-time, etc. is, there's a lot to learn with games, and as if anybody watching my streams knows, I am learning the entire time new ways, better ways to do things. And I don't know, I'd have to think about if we wanted to bring anybody on to do, some work or whatever, because you never know. Right, so we have spacious apartments. We need more food. All right. So I'd have to think about some stuff like that, because right now there's not really a good spot. Like you can't really slot in just right. This needs to be done. Like hell, even our planning is kind of broken down right now with all the exploration into tech art that we have to do. All right, so I need a second god for all these people. So let's grab like a Temple to Bast. And yeah, throw another Temple to Bast over here. Let's make sure that this Temple to Bast doesn't fall over. Because right now it's very difficult to... I usually do all the planning and everything like that. And we're doing so much exploration work that it's almost impossible to plan for, so... Even with only 2 people, I was like, well, Adam, I don't have enough time to think about this, so we're just going to have to kind of figure it out. If I had another person to be like, what should I do? I'd be like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing today. Death and destruction is on the wind. A savage hailstorm has come to deliver a deadly rain of ice. May the gods have mercy on anyone not sheltered from this evil curse. They have little hope to survive. Look at that hail. Somebody just threw this was like before Mass Effect 1 came out. They got the guy who made the film grain effect for it to make the hailstorm. Damn. So, am I gonna watch people die? Just everyone outside died, so like... I don't think anything happened. I think literally nothing happened. Like, I don't see the city's population dropping or any of that. Yeah, so one of the interesting things with, working on a situation where, it's a partnership between me and Adam. We're not like paying each other money or something like that. He's not paying me, I'm not paying him. We don't have any income coming in. So one of the questions, would be if you wanted to get somebody, because I have people in the industry who would love to work on games and stuff like that with me. Alright, so these people need local bazaar must have luxury goods like incense. Alright, I'm gonna throw a bazaar over here just because I think I'm gonna need another bazaar. And we're gonna need to start importing those luxury goods. So let's start importing to maintain a very large number. And let's make sure we can actually hold them. So let's accept half, quarter figs, quarter these, and half luxury goods. But one of the things is, it's very difficult, even if I had somebody who I know does a great job. We need employees. Well, we can just demolish some of these holding pools of people. Let's see if that fixed our employee problem. Yeah, totally. So even like, you know, because we're a partnership, we wouldn't be paying people or whatever. It's very interesting because, you know, there's a lot of people who wouldn't be able to make the decision to actually do work because, you know, it's like, well, you know, I know you can do the work, you can do the job, but we can't pay you anything. So to be able to trust somebody to be able to deliver something in, you know, like a time frame of a month or something, they have to be able to actually show up. And if the difference between showing up is I don't pay rent, and it's like, well, you can't even make the decision. Yeah, I talk about not paying people in that decision conflict. It's true. Is that a pretty similar thing? I'd say games are pretty damn touchy, right? Like, they're all opinion. Like, you can argue about a web server or something else and say, like, this website is going to make X amount of dollars, and and you're not going to get too hung up over the color of the font or something like that, because you're like, it's not like, you know, you can quantify, like, if we made the font Comic Sans on this site, we're going to lose, you know, $4,000 a day because it's, you know, just because it's Comic Sans, and, you know, nobody likes Comic Sans. Versus with a game where you're like, nobody's gonna play our game because nobody likes this character. This character's stupid, or, you know, like an opinion-based thing like that. You know, if you don't have wall jumps in this game, nobody's gonna want to play this game. Fire at the granary. Son of a bitch. Well, let's just do what we always do, which is throw more frickin' firehouses around. Awesome, so these guys are gonna actually start doing stuff. So greater statue, if they had more space, second type of food supplied from a local bazaar, and probably that other god type that will need to be roaming. Temple too fast. Let's get a temple to Ra, not Ra, Osiris. What is this? The desirability of the area must improve. Alright, well, get our large statues going. Maybe we can start getting these guys working. Yeah, trying to get all my thoughts together. It doesn't always work. Alright, physician access is good, but we need access to a mortuary. This is true, we need a mortuary. I think we can slot it in right over here. There we go, mortuary. Go. So a lot of stuff with, you know, actually having... How many people do we need? We need not too many. So with opinion-based stuff like game design, you either need to know people who you're working with and know them quite well so you can actually respectfully disagree with stuff, or have people professional enough to kind of back off and be like, he's the designer, I think he's making you know, the wrong decision, but we'll let him make that decision. And if on the other side you are not confident enough, like if you are the designer and you're like, I'm making the right decision, I own this product, get the hell out, it can be difficult to say no and to second guess yourself with more things in there. What do you think? What do you think it would take to convince a developer on Twitch to take them under their wing? Well, I don't know. Alright, so we need food that needs to, you know, grow so we can eat things, because that's what we need. Oh no! We got minimized because reasons. There we go, we're back. You've already got the design for your games. Well, you know, game designs change all the time. God, that's pretty much like all the games I've ever worked on. Everything changes all the time. You'll discover something that's important. You're like, man, this is the whole game. It's like jumping up and doing this puzzle is more fun. That's the fun part of this. These guys still need a second type of food. Why are we having so much damn trouble getting that second type of food? I'd say Sinachron, what people need, what people want, is they want to, like, basically how I got a job out of college, I think was a pretty good story. Basically, I spent like 4 or 5 months not being able to get anything, and eventually I did. And the only way I got a job was by showing up to a party that I shouldn't have been at, complaining I couldn't get a job, being just... And the people I was complaining to that I didn't have a job were people who actually had a job that needed filled, so, you know, they were, like, listening a little bit. But I also had, like, a website with videos and sample code and sample programs, and I had 4 games that I had written during college that were, you know, multi-year games, as in it took us, you know, a year or more to make the game, and we were working in teams of like 4 or 5 people, and even then people wouldn't give me the time of day. So it's really about just showing up. Getting people to help you out is just about getting to know people and just consistent work. I think one of the things that I saw really worked for people in college is the people who knew how to sit down and actually just sit in a chair and program are the people who are successful. This guy just can't get food, can he? Well, let's just tell these guys to not get grain. Maybe they're having problems with getting grain when they should be accepting grain. And we'll see if that improves our lot here. So I don't know, if you're interested in doing work, I would say the easiest way to get to people like wanting to use your work is just go do work and ask people to look at it and be like, what do you think of this? And if after a certain amount of time somebody's like, hey, you know, you did that really cool demo, blah blah blah, you know, maybe we could work together on something similar. And things like that I think really show it. You want to gain more experience on a team. Yeah, that's for sure. These people just need more food. Alright, let's keep an eye on this food real quick and see where it's disappearing to. Because this guy doesn't have lettuce. This guy doesn't have lettuce. This guy doesn't have lettuce either. Where the hell's all the lettuce going? No lettuce here. Maybe it is getting all up to... See, these dudes with figs are running. over here. If you want to gain more experience on a team, now that's a damn tough one, right? Like, how are you supposed to get experience on a team if you're not in some sort of program where people are forced to work together, like in college where we had, you know, team-based projects where you had to work on stuff for a year and everybody was in school to do that, so bam, teamwork. And if you're off in the real world, you're like, okay, I want to work on a game project with some people. Where do you go? And, you know, be like, start a coding club. Yeah, start a coding club. Go work with people with game jams and stuff like that. Get matched up with people who are doing the same sort of stuff as you. But even it's not the same, right? We can't make meat, and that's as much as we can get. Okay, we're just gonna have to, you know, make sure that the only people buying this stuff are people we want buying it. Because, like, just having a coding club or something, and then you can make teams. Well, just having a coding club, that's the problem with games and stuff like that, is you need people over a long time. And that's getting somebody who's involved in something for a very long time, like a year or so, that it actually makes to fully make a game and be committed to it the whole time. It's just, that doesn't happen unless, you know, you're at, like, your full-time job or you're in college to learn how to do it, right? It's kind of insane. Alright, so we got one spacious manor. We should have plenty of room here for spacious manors. I think we have enough of everything to do it in order to win, but we don't have everything else. Alright, so prosperity. Last year the city lost money. Wait, what? We're losing money? Whatever. We got plenty of money. I was just buying all sorts of crap. Alright, to satisfy your citizens' needs, request that we send them all sorts of cool stuff. Well, there you go, we will send it. I've just never seen a club, Commander Dark Reaper, where you have people that hang around enough to work on a project of the magnitude of the game for a long enough amount of time. Especially something as thankless as a game project. Alright, so we're going to get back into unemployment land real quick, is what it looks like. Alright, we got elegant manners. That's not good at all. Like, those aren't stately manners, damn it. Those are elegant manners. So there's good entertainment to be found, but not enough. You know what? Your manners too nice, dude. We're gonna blow up your dog statue. I hope you have problems. It might actually be that we don't want the Osiris dude roaming around, and it's like the multiple gods. But we'll find out. Yeah, and game development there, Sinocron, is incredibly difficult to break into. Like, it's such a small, close-knit group of people that it's nearly impossible to get anywhere. Like, you literally just have to know people. It's really ridiculous, I think, in terms of everybody knows everybody in the game industry. There we go. And he's just popped up to ridiculous status instantly, which is not good. It's not what we want. Did our unemployment just go straight to the... Doing okay. We're gonna have to start, like, building stuff to, like, piss these people off in order to downgrade their manners. That's really funny. It's like, yeah, Alright, so we just ran out of employees there immediately. Yeah, okay, cool. You know, the only reason I got into the game industry, even though I went to a game program in college and all that, literally the only reason is increased trading. Awesome. The only reason I got in is because I just kept knocking down doors until I got the job. And that was the same with everybody who got into the industry, was you had to either know somebody or you had to just show up everywhere where people were, you know, break into parties at GDC that you're not supposed to be in and just be like, hire me, damn it. And it's just, yeah. Each team member could make a primary character in the game lore if they wanted. You'll find out very quickly that people have really stupid ideas. You're just like, yeah, you can have one, and he like comes up with some ridiculous idea. You're like, I don't know about that. The nearby police station is having a detrimental effect on this guy's manner. I'd be like, is this guy using drugs? I think he's using drugs. Yeah, he's definitely using drugs. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it, you guys need to not have cool housing. We need to screw up your housing blocks. How do we do that? What would be the best way to kind of shove a thorn in these guys' side? Kind of a 1-by-1. This place sucks. I mean, I could try just filling it up with police. It's like, yeah, more police. I could try doing a few of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, looks like we got the balance just right. Oh, these are stately manners that we need. Okay, Jesus. Alright, I'm reading this wrong. I actually need better places than this. I am lacking in reading comprehension. So, stately manners are above spacious manners in the other. So we need more cool stuff for these guys. They need better entertainment. So that's like a Senate house, right? Ugh. You're biting your tongue here? Yeah. I'm also talking a bunch, so it just doesn't matter. Too few jugglers. Well, we'll get more jugglers. Alright, we'll throw this Senate house over here on the other side of all this garbage. And we're probably also going to need like a zoo or something, right? They don't have a zoo. Well then, let's just make some more pavilions and call it good. Because I'm pretty sure a Senate player needs to be drunkenly rolling through this whole area in order to make these guys really love it. And we're also going to need the extra religious slots. So let's just bulldoze these two and throw down some temples to Osiris. And I don't know if they're going to walk different directions, but we'll just keep plopping down stuff until we're good. Employees needed. How many employees? It's like 20 or so. We just keep getting rid of this bank of... We basically made this bank a work camp so we could just slowly get rid of it and deal with our unemployment problems. Two gods. Only 2 gods. Well, we will get more here very shortly. Let me know if you want some free help. Alright, Sinacron. Well, are those stately manners? Those are stately manners. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's going to be those priests roaming around that help us out here. This is another two-god problem. If you can put that up and be here every day. Computers in an office. And labor. We got the design at least. Yeah, well, thanks for the offer, Senecron, but I don't know you. I don't know you. That's my purse. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have way more stately letters than we need. Alright, alert your soldiers for Egyptian army is engaged in combat in the distant city of Sumer and requires you to dispatch reinforcements. We'll definitely do that. A small force. Well, let's send them off to war. We must board a transport ship. Damn it, game. Alright, so we need a wharf. Ooh. We can't even... There's no way to get our guys over to the other... We have to demolish this dock, move it over, and then also build a ship right over here to do this. Alright, let's just get started. Let's just get started. Alright, so we'll throw a roadblock up. This thing will only accept wood. We'll import wood. And we're gonna just blow this dock up because we can. Architect posted up. I say, Senecron, if you work on some cool stuff, you know, send it my way, and we can talk about working on cool stuff together. So let's see, we need a transport wharf. So let's snag it, get going on it. And, you know, it's stuff like that. So if you do cool things, I am always for working with people and bouncing ideas off of people, game jams and stuff like that. I really love participating in. I don't get to participate in them as often as I would like. Alright, so we've got all this. Awesome. Looking really cool. Paying less than minimum wage, culture, so we need culture, that's for sure. Your coding knowledge is making patterns in Python. Well, Commander Dark Reaper, that is a highly sought after commodity in a lot of circles. A lot of my friends work at like Facebook or Google, and they do almost all their work inside of Python and stuff like that. All right, Senecron, I'll definitely take a look at those links that you've sent me, and all that. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, that's one of the first things you want to do. You can make circles. Actually, drawing an actual circle or 2D patterns. I remember one of our assignments in college was to make line drawing and circle drawing algorithms and implement all the different types of line drawing and circle drawing algorithms that people had put across with. And you wouldn't think like drawing a line would be a difficult programming assignment for like, sophomore year in college or something. But damn, like drawing circles and filling them in properly with proper math and always guaranteeing the relationships between the various pieces and parts, like when you draw the line that the pixels match up exactly right as to how it is and all that, is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. It's pretty funny. One of the assignments we were supposed to draw a box out of 2 triangles, and it was supposed to draw, like, the program we were given. That usually how these assignments worked is they'd give us a program that almost worked. Alright, Cyclone, I'll definitely take a look at that. It starts with the import turtle command. Yeah. Well, there you go. Alright, a small waterborne force. A small force. Dispatch waterborne troops. Well, we'll see what we can do here. Maybe we can get... we can't get a warship wharf, so... maybe I can get... I actually didn't need a bulldoze that thing, did I? I just needed a... because, you know, boats don't need to be on this side of the river. Just the troops do. So I'm real smart. So we're importing wood, but it's not showing up yet. I don't think we're going to be able to actually get enough wood to build this boat. Sucks, but that's just how it is. Oh no, Cytochrome. That's kind of... it's good that you have things set up, because it's kind of like after one of the things I'll talk to people about, like, a lot of people have talked to me about getting started in the game industry, and I've helped out quite a few people. Like I've one of the guys who was a QA guy when I was working at EA, he was really into stuff and he did a really good job. So, like, he was needing to go to college to learn how to program, and he didn't have a good computer and stuff like that. Like, I just bought him a laptop, and it was like, you come back in 4 years. You know, he's graduating. He graduated this past year. I should actually go see where he landed for his job. The Grand Burial Tomb is finished. And the first thing I always tell people is make a website that has all, you know, basically all the links you sent me and all that is... my dad has a Vulcan in the draft. Well, tell him to go away. No. One of the things is, you know, all the links and everything is, if you have a website which has all of that on it already, then all you have to do is send people one link, and it's got all the videos and all the other stuff that you need. It's just great. Labor shortage, culture. Okay, so we need entertainment for people. Monuments are good. What's our burial provisions look like? Okay. We need 6 chariots for this guy's tomb. This guy's a jerk. All right, we'll just dispatch everything we can here, and we'll buy all the stuff we need. So we need chariots. So let's import some chariots. This guy needs... Pharaoh needs chariots. That's also one thing I see a lot of people don't have when they graduate. Like artists and everything, it's like pounded in their skull. You absolutely have to have a portfolio website with everything on it. Pretty much all the engineers, etc., never really did. Well, one of the things you can do if you don't know how to make a front end is you can always just pop up a WordPress site, or you can use one of the things off the shelves that have decent templates. You don't need to have made your own website yourself. Yeah, the website which I owned. All right, we've got our 2 transports. So let's go get our troops and slot them on. Yeah, the website I owned after college was hireableprogrammer.com. This is pretty funny. It'd be like, where should I go to see your website? I was like, it's just hireableprogrammer.com. I don't own it anymore, but everyone got a kick out of that. And of course, the storage yard that I wasn't paying attention to, that we put wood and chariots in, just burned to the fucking ground. This doesn't work. Hello, Brentison. Welcome. We are just failing at building storage yards and actually having fire marshals that put out the fires in them. And we're also talking about programming stuff. Oh, I burned down the fucking ferry. That sucks. Yeah, exactly. Senecron, that's not a bad idea. An S3 bucket is pretty much... You could pretty much make a whole website off of that. You don't need a whole bunch of fancy stuff. AWS is... It's a good thing to learn, but damn, there's a lot of stuff to learn about it. Come on, fire marshals, put out the damn fire. Because you refuse to send the needed troops. The troops are on... Ah, Jesus Christ. Can we still send them? No. Well, fine, Pharaoh. We'll send them next time, you jerk. Like, I get it, it's burning down. Can it please burn down faster? You just need to learn CSS and React. That sounds like, if you knew CSS, React, and HTML stuff, that's a job for Facebook. It's just burning down all this shit. God. Come on, man. Get your... He walked right by the fire. He didn't give two shits about it. Employees needed. Well, let's go demolish some camps. Well, there's always more stuff to know about AWS and service engineering. It changes every month, pretty much. Or at least every year. There are major services that... Can we please put out the fucking fires? Like, it's going to take literally an entire year for these fires to go out for me to actually be able to rebuild this water crossing. Oh, come on. Alright, I gotta have to demolish this thing and then re-put it? That's so stupid. There we go. So get our storage yard, we'll get our shipwright, and we'll get our transport dock back. Transport wharf, that is. Alright, special orders, chariots, and wood. There we go. AWS, you spent 8 months dealing with documentation. Well, that's just the start. Yeah, I remember the first time we dealt with AWS when we were working at EATD. We had one IT guy who was our AWS dude, and he was managing all the security groups for the entire thing as just like on an ad hoc basis, just adding IP addresses and just all this other stuff that was just so wrong, like not the way you're supposed to use cloud services. So we would like, basically, you know, we're using AWS, and what we would do is we'd send an email to the IT department, and they would take 2 weeks, and then they would open up an IP address. You know, like, we were moving at the speed of, you know, dedicated hosting, but we were using AWS. Just idiots. Just who thought this up? Alright, so we need more jugglers and stuff like that, so let's make some. bandstands, pavilions, and garbage. Alright, so we'll get one of those. These guys, we could like chuck a bandstand right in the middle, because screw it, why not? That's not a good plan. These guys are walking around. They'll have too far to walk if I do that. I would want to demolish some structures. I'd want to like demolish these four here and throw a pavilion in the middle. And I think we still have enough. We might not have enough work camps. A plague of locusts! Son of a bitch! Where are they? Oh god. The Grey Death is coming. They're gonna eat all our precious lettuce. Get out of here, you damn locusts. Lack of housing prevents immigration. Well, I don't want any immigrants. We're done with more people. I've got too many people in this frickin' city. Let's get a bandstand over here. Or can we get a pavilion? Do we actually have enough room? Yeah. Alright, so we have definitely got enough room for all the cool stuff. So let's just keep building all the cool stuff. Alright, we don't need this to go all the way out there. 1,400 figs! Awesome. We'll throw that with all the rest of the figs. I just like it. We're Pharaoh, and they're like, "Sir, there are locusts that are coming to eat all of our crops and food," and I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I'm trying to build like a stand where people can juggle and people can watch the jugglers. I'm like, "Sir, our food, we're dying." And it's like, jugglers. We need more jugglers and dancers. It's like, why? It's because. Damn, that was a lot of. They ate everything. Bunch of bastards. Alright, and we're gonna need more entertainment buildings, I'm pretty sure. So we got all those. And how's our unemployment looking? Not bad. It looks like everything is actually getting dancers and jugglers and everything else pretty nicely, actually. That is surprising. But I think we'll need some over here, so let's just go ahead. Dance school. Observatory. Jugglers. And we're trying to increase our culture rating, and it's just still too few jugglers. Crusty jugglers. So we'll just get more of them. We just need more. There has to be a certain number of juggling idiots in your city at some point. It's like, no, we're not a real civilization yet. We have to have at least 4 jugglers per household. Otherwise, we just can't call ourselves the rulers of Middle Kingdom. That's a pretty cool looking tomb. Now let's see, we should be able to like sell exporting paint. Yeah, why don't we export more paint? And I guess we can export lamps, so let's just export lamps. We won't make much money, but we'll make something. We'll get our prosperity up. Culture is, wow, prosperity is amazing. So culture, there are too few Scrabble schools working in the city. Building more would improve this rating. Alright, so we need more education. Well, we could definitely start educating a few citizens. 50 culture, 100 prosperity. We need more kingdom rating. Alright, well let's start sending gifts then. Let's save it. We're doing well. Alright. Yeah, well I've been working with AWS and tech like that for the last, I'd say out of the 8 years in the industry, we were using AWS for something all 8 of those years. As for actually running the bulk of our servers on AWS, probably like 6 of them or so. It's a lot cheaper if you've got deals to not run your servers on AWS. Like if you don't need the, like for instance, at Electronic Arts, when you're running all these big game servers. Alright, they need grain. We have plenty of food, so we'll send it to them. We have plenty of food, says the person who has completely empty fields that have been completely stripped by locusts. It's like, we'll be fine. You're like, sir, sir, we have irrigation at least. But one of the things that usually people forget about with AWS and all those are bandwidth costs. Like it's what, 10 cents per gigabyte or something else, 12 cents off of the front. And when you're running like a game, like if you're running something like Gears of War or something that has a lot of bandwidth going back and forth between a game client and a game server, and you have a lot of game servers, like you have, you know, maybe only 24 people in a match, all of a sudden bandwidth costs are huge. So dedicated hosting like Rackspace and stuff like that was actually hugely cost efficient compared to things like the cloud. So it was interesting being like as a part of Amazon, you know, of course you use AWS for stuff. But outside of Amazon, like once you reach a certain scale with like EA, you're just like, nah man, we need special rates and everything is custom, everything. Alright, this city is working out, so let's see. Prosperity is good, kingdom rating, we're just gonna have to get the kingdom rating up slowly with all these gifts. We need 100 kingdom ratings, so we need to be super amazing to everybody. So we'll dispatch that. We've got our chariots, I believe, so why don't we throw our chariots. We need more chariots. Come on, guys, get those chariots. Reporting to maintain 6. Well, we'll get them eventually. Let's just power through some of this. Kingdom standing climbs yet again. 78. How long has it been since our last gift? 11 months. Alright, we'll wait one more month. It is now October. So we need 20 more kingdom rating, which might be easy, might be hard. I think with these easy missions they're giving us, I think we're well equipped in order to actually satisfy these demands. $86. Alright, we're doing it. We're getting there. And I think we did a pretty decent job on this map. Like, we made our super amazing area over here. We got our production going, and that worked out. we didn't overbuild all the stupid crap. Unemployment is a problem. We didn't overbuild on stuff that we didn't need, like our lamp making and our paint making. We got started on our stuff at a decent time without focusing too much on it. And we've only missed like one thing, which was we missed this because of not realizing that I needed ships. But we're good to go otherwise. How come we're having such a dip in people?
I've been kicked out of my home, and through no fault of my own.
Why are people getting kicked out? We're out of food? Are we out of food? We're probably out of food. I don't know. Maybe we're not out of food. Alright, yeah, these guys are out of food. That's what's going on. How are they out of food? There's food in these granaries right here. This guy needs to go to scribal school again. He obviously forgot how to food. Let's just make him another bazaar. Maybe he'll do it. Yeah, and all of my instincts as an engineer are to overbuild everything. Because it's like, oh yeah, we'll just... Why buy 4 when you could buy 16 for 4 times the price? Because a lot of everything is about removing complication. We don't need all that safety. Alright, once these guys actually get all the grain harvested. Awesome. And yeah, we don't need any more barley. We have too much barley. Too much already. And we're getting up there again with people. 87. Alright, let's send another gift. And we will get everything rolling here. Tomb robbers have stolen burial provisions. What? What in the hell? They stole 2 of the chariots. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw some police along the route to the tomb. Because obviously, we got problems. They stole our damn chariots. Like, we need those things. Like, I can't make chariots. There's no chariot maker. We have our dude here just like import chariots, and he's just not fucking importing chariots. Do I need to do something else? Do I just need to make a whole bunch of docks down here and just employ everybody and just have them pull? Yeah, we'll just build a bunch of docks. To hell with it. I don't care. Let's see if we can just have these people do stuff. Get a whole bunch of people crapping up all the transportation across the canal for trading, but maybe we'll be able to... Yeah, we just immediately got our chariots. Alright, cool.